One of the most affordable and easy ways to transform your home or room in your home is to add a fresh coat of paint. Well, how much paint do you need and how do you choose the right one? The Home Pro Show is here. Clint August is the host of the show. Hi, Clint.
Morning. How are you, Heather?
Good morning. Happy Monday.
To you as well. And I have to tell you, speaking of saving some money, they have a sale starting this Wednesday through the weekend at the 11 Ace Hardware locations. You can actually buy a gallon of Royal or Clark and Kensington, and you get the second gallon for free. So put those 2- and 4-year-olds to work, huh? They're messing up your walls anyway, right?
This is true. That's why I had children in the first place. Do some projects around the house.
Very inexpensive labor there. And we've got Harry Schwartz from the downtown Ace Hardware location. Also Greg Cantor with Murray Lampert Design, Build, Remodel, over 40 years in the business. Greg, why is it important that people go to Ace for paint?
Well, you need to go to a place that is knowledgeable and knows how to point you in the right direction, and that's not a big box store. That's why we have Harry here from Ace. Walk us through how someone starts and what they, how to select paint and go through those steps, please.
Sure. Well, the first step obviously is choosing your color. And at the Ace Hardware stores, we have thousands of colors to choose from in both Valspar and Clark and Kensington and Royal paints. So you'll choose your color from a fan deck. We have assistants at all the stores to help with that. And once the color is chosen, because that can be a long process, but once the color is chosen, then the next step is to decide what paint you're going to use. And the first step is the sheen. So are you going to use a flat, an eggshell, a satin, etc.? And that's dependent on what room you're going to be painting. Typically a flat sheen you would use for a ceiling or walls in a master bedroom or living room where you want a rich look. A flat's going to hide the imperfections. An eggshell is better for bedrooms and hallways. A satin or a semi-gloss for kitchen and trim.
And you sell all kinds of different brands of paint, and when someone comes in, you probably ask them what the use is. I mean, if it's a custom home versus a rental or something like that.
Exactly. So in the Valspar line, as an example, which all the Ace stores carry, the Valspar Optimus is our best paint. That's Valspar's best paint. And you want to use that if you're in a custom home or a home where you're going to be there for a long time or need good durability. The Valspar Aspire would be the next level down, sort of the mid-range paint. That's going to be a great paint for if you're in a couple of years in a house or to paint a garage or a laundry room or something like that. And then there's Valspar Pro, which if you're painting apartments or you're moving out and you needed to paint, you would use the Valspar Pro. So there are various levels and various price points.
And we were discussing primer. Most paints have the primer built in, but you're saying that you should sometimes prime before you paint, right?
That's correct. Nowadays, all the paints are paint and primer in one, but there are still instances where you need to use a true primer, whether you're doing stain blocking or if you have fresh drywall that's never been painted before. But if you're painting over an existing color, then a paint and primer like the Optimus Aspire or Clark and Kensington is a great product to use.
We also want to remember, Harry, too, that folks, if you're do-it-yourselfers, Ace Hardware, all 11 locations, also have all of the prep supplies necessary, drop cloths and rollers and all of these things, right?
That's right. You'll just need some very basics. If you have to do any wall or patch repair, you're going to need some spackle, a putty knife, a sanding blocks, tape, of course, to tape off your areas that you're not painting, a good canvas drop cloth, brushes, rollers, and a real quick way to go is with a kit that contains everything.
And I promise, even though you can get the cheaper plastic drop cloths, you want the cloth ones because I've made quite a mess before in several of my homes.
The plastic ones blow away.
They really do.
Yeah.
It's all in the prep, it really is. It also makes your cleanup much easier. Again, there are 11 San Diego Ace Hardware stores. Harry Schwartz is from the downtown location. And we do want to get to our social media question, Harry. Sure. How do I judge how much paint I need for a project?
So a typical gallon of paint will give you 400 square feet of coverage. So if you're painting a room, you just want to measure your walls height by width and then add those numbers together. You can subtract out for windows and doors, but that'll give you a general feel. So if you add up a bedroom and it's 400 square feet, 1 gallon will do you.
And if I'm bad at math, you'll help me with that?
Exactly.
The other thing I want to point out is the experts at Ace can help you choose paint colors, but also if you bring in a color you want to match, you can color match.
That's right.
Well.
We have computerized color matching if you want to match a pillow off of a sofa or a towel or anything really.
All right, well, they do it all at all 11 San Diego Ace Hardware locations. Harry Schwartz from the downtown location, thank you very much. And remember, Heather, we got to put those kids to work because you get 1 gallon that you buy of Clark and Kensington or Royal, and you get the second gallon free. So that's about $35 for, if I'm doing the math right, $17.50, Harry?
That's right.
There you go, Heather.
Didn't even need to get your calculator out. I'm so proud of you. All right, thank you so much, guys. ApprovedHomePros.com is where you can find the folks at Ace Hardware and every other local approved Home Pro.